Hi, welcome to SoCali Wrestling. Today we have Priscilla Kelly. I've been trying to have her for almost 6 months.
Jesus.
I've been messaging you on, what was it? Actually, your email account.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't do podcasts. They're like, well, you see, I don't.
That make it sound so bad.
Well, no, I'm not those regular interview broadcasters there. I want to be somebody different.
I have a lot of creepy podcasters.
What's the most creepiest thing that ever happened?
Me being here.
Thank you, Thomas.
Probably the time I had this guy just like ask me very simple, like 3-worded questions, and then wouldn't say anything for like long periods of time after I would make my response. So I was just left there like, all right. Weirdest experience of my life.
Yeah, now I'm one of those people kind of ask, how's the show? And then you ask like 10 minutes later, about this. No, I mean, you have to be one of those podcasters. You gotta be quick. You gotta think something different, kind of be surprising, and surprise the wrestler too.
Yeah, true. Because like a lot of my interviews are literally the same, like 10 questions that I always get asked. But I mean, I'm never opposed to answering the same questions. But it's like, I don't want to share one podcast and then share another one that I've, literally just said the same thing on the other one. So it's like contradicting, just constantly sharing the same thing instead of something fresh and new that people can get to know about me.
For me, I kind of like it to be like you and me having the conversation. Makes it interesting. It's like, okay, he's friendly, he's outgoing, and then it's like, okay, now the wrestler can be calmed down, as one of the wrestlers in Japan will say, tranquilo. But what shows the path to be a wrestler? Is that something you wanted to be as a child, or you grew up until your adulthood, and it's like, hey, it's something I wanted to be for money, or like my friends like wrestling?
I started with the inspiration from my little brother. He was obsessed with The Undertaker, and we studied wrestling for a long time, just watching The Undertaker on DVDs because we had nothing. We didn't have cable at the time, so all we did was watch wrestling. And I started training, and like it was kind of like my calling. Like I kind of just took to it, and thank you. I kind of just picked it up and started training, and it was kind of like the thing that I discovered I had a passion for, and ever since then it's all I want to do, it's all I want to spend my life doing. I can't see myself doing anything else in this world, so that's pretty much the story.
And earlier today, I know you heard comments from the wrestling crowd saying Paige too.
Everybody says that, but I mean, like, honestly, it's like, if I had red hair and tan skin, I'd be Eva Marie. If I had blonde hair, I would be, I don't know, Maurice. It's always going to be something. No matter who you are, somebody's going to try to pick out, they kind of resemble this person, because honestly, at the end of the day, none of us are really original, I mean, we can be as original as we would like to think we are, but everybody is a collection of pieces that they pick up from other places over time to make themselves, and that's what makes them original. But the pieces that come along building to that aren't original, because obviously they're coming from other things, other places, other people. But I tried to, it took me a long time to get comfortable with my pale skin and embrace it. And I'm not going to change it anytime soon, because I want to be comfortable in my own skin, and I want other females and males too to feel comfortable in their own skin and not feel like they have to go out and get boob jobs and tan like 10 shades darker than their color. And the people that do, go for it, do that, because, that's hot too. But just because someone else is hot does not mean that you are not. And that's the message that I try to get across is, you can be pale and creepy and weird and sometimes offensive and inappropriate. But, at the end of the day, you can still be likable and you can still be a cool person. That was a lot just now, but...
Well, it makes sense, because you want to be somebody unique and different than being a copycat of another copycat or a copycat. Again, I kind of referred to you earlier from the crowd from the AWS show saying, Paige too, okay, but she has a little twist to her. It's like there's like sexual appeal to her. Paige does not do. She kind of screamed out. You were kind of taking your own time. You had a little, I don't know, I I recall in my top of the head that you kind of put on your top of your head.
Yeah. The crown of roses.
There you go.
I honestly, everything that I do in the ring and how I am in the ring is really true to how I am in real life. That inappropriate, awkwardly, uncomfortably sexual fiend that I am in the ring is pretty much how I am just in life. I'm very in your face, and with like a lot of people that have shared locker rooms with me know that I tend to be creepy and very in their space, and then and I portray that in the ring. So I'm not putting on just some fake character that I made up overnight. It's actually very true to who I am, in the back as well.
So the character you're portraying in the ring, that's all you. That's nobody you're portraying off of like a movie or a series, or somebody tells you your trainer, your wrestling partner in crime. It's like, hey, be this character.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's literally that I literally just got to a point where I was so comfortable. I got comfortable with myself, in the ring, and it's not that I'm comfortable like in my wrestling because I'm always got the nervous jitters before every match. But it was to the point where I got comfortable with being myself in the ring, and when I started being comfortable with myself, I kind of just started doing what I felt I wanted to do when I'm out there. So I literally just do what I feel like I need to do and want to do, and those mind games and tactics play into the match as well. So it's not just for glitz and glamour and oh look at that. It's mind games for my opponents.
And I need to start from a little bit more forward to choosing the wrestling path. But where are you training at as of currently?
Currently, I train under Murder One. He trained Jimmy Rave, Chip Day, Iceberg, and that's in Georgia. But I try to get as much knowledge and training from everywhere I go. If I can get in the ring with somebody that's been in the business for a long time or knows what they're doing, I will do it. And that's kind of what I try to do. And kind of just pick and choose little pieces of everybody and everywhere I go and learn and build all of that to make something that will hopefully one day be great. But yeah, that's all somebody can ever do is just.
It took a while to find the perfect wrestling school, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, when I first started, I was training under someone that had not been wrestling that long, and I didn't really know any better. So I left that place and I went to another place, and I was kind of just training with whatever guys were there. And then I met Murder One when I came to AWE for the first time, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, and I stayed through the whole show just to talk to him and Josh Wheeler, which is the promoter and booker of the show, and I ended up training with him that January, and that's when things started clicking for me, and that's when I really started learning.
I want to ask this personal level, women's wrestling, currently it's been popping like crazy, and women's wrestling is going everywhere from Shimmer to Shine to WSU. Are those promotions I've mentioned, is that something you wrestled before or currently, or is that a goal of yours?
Yeah, I'm currently at Shine, and I've worked for WSU and hope to be back soon. But yeah, women's wrestling is definitely super awesome right now, and I'm actually Shine Nova champion right now, and it's just been great to really showcase, for one, it's been great to showcase this generation's Shine roster, and I feel like that's really what the Shine Nova Championship is all about, is this generation's Shine locker room and roster and what we're made of and what we're going to be in the next 10 years. Because honestly, when you look at the Shine roster today from what it was 10 years ago, it's a completely new setup of girls, and I'm really thankful and grateful to be a part of that.
Being a Shine Nova champion, as you're telling me, is that the first title you ever hold?
Yeah, the Shine Nova Championship is the very, very first title I have ever had, and I am the first one to be the Shine Nova champion.
Do that put you more, being special, or oh my god, I have so much pressure being the first champion for a almost Shimmer level kind of promotion?
Yeah, the pressure was definitely there, especially the matches leading up to finally getting the belt. It was definitely very difficult making sure, because I feel like there's a lot of faith in me at that point from a lot of people for me to represent that title and that company very well, and It's all I ever wish to do is just to take it everywhere that I go with it. I just want to represent it in the company very well, and I never want anybody to look at me and go, why does she have that? You know, I always want to, I'm not the best in the world, but I never want to give anybody the excuse to say that I am slacking or not representing it well.
Well, that's good. As a champion and being the first, that puts a title to shine to other promotions. Like, okay, she's a first champion. Okay, let's bring her to another promotion. Do the same thing. Not be the first, hopefully in another first championship, but also holding respected to you and, how I put this in a good term, responsible being the wrestler.
I don't know, like, I just try to...
Like having your own name, like pulling a type of legacy to it, the Priscilla Kelly legacy.
Yeah, I'm trying to just make sure that I'm memorable everywhere I go. Because I mean, like if I came out here and I never came back, and I only came out here the one time, I want to make sure that when people go home, they ask about me, and come the next show, if I'm not here, I want them to be like, well, where's that Priscilla girl? And I want to see more of her. And that's the most important thing, is just making sure that everywhere I go, even if I go just once, I want to make sure that I'm memorable in my own way, and that people don't forget who I am. And it's very hard to do today, because there's so many women that are so great and so impactful in the ring, but that's all that I could ever wish for.
When I first saw you, it's like, again, we're going back to your character. It was like something about you kind of persuaded me, like, I want to see her. She's not only a manager, but is she a wrestler? And you actually can handle yourself as a wrestler. But was there a time in your life, wrestling career that it's like, I wasn't the perfect wrestler?
All the time. Like, that I'm not the perfect wrestler? Or that
like,
I wasn't?
have a self-doubt. It's like, wow, this is a shitty match.
Everybody has self-doubt moments from time to time. I mean, I still get them. But, you have to... Again, it comes with being comfortable with yourself and who you are. Not necessarily that your wrestling is the best in the world, but like I said earlier, just being comfortable with who you are on the inside. And I think it took me a very, very long time to get to the point where in and out of the ring, I'm comfortable with who I am and who I'm becoming. So now I'm actually able to go out and have better matches because of that, because I'm finding who I am as a person and as a wrestler. And I think that helps a lot. But yeah, definitely, especially early on, I would sit and beat myself up because I wasn't the best, because I wanted to be the best wrestler in the world 2 days into training. And, not that I thought that I was, but I wanted to be that, and it would frustrate me that I wasn't that good yet. And it would frustrate me that it would, I knew it would take a long time to get there, but it took me a long time to get comfortable with the fact of, okay, it takes time to get these things. It takes time to grow into the wrestler you're going to become. And, but yeah, self-doubt was definitely there early on.
Well, Priscilla Kelly, do you have any goals in the future, or goals in the future you have currently, or like hoping to achieve soon, like any shows coming up?
Yeah, I work all the Evolve, FIP, and Shine shows. I'm hoping to be back at WSU and hopefully start getting out of the States soon too. Maybe going to Canada, Mexico, and maybe England, wherever will allow my presence. But yeah, I honestly, for goals right now, it's just getting out there more and getting to more countries and more states.
What about wrestlers you're looking forward to have a match with, or hopefully it will be the dream match of your wrestling career?
There's a lot of girls that I want to get in the ring with. Mercedes Martinez was one, and I got to be in the ring with her tonight, and that was great. And I'd love to do it again. Hopefully, maybe in a one-on-one next time. Shayna Baszler is one that I would definitely love to get in the ring with, and Lufisto. And honestly, there's names upon names upon names. Mia Yim. So right now, I think it's just a matter of getting out there, getting known more, getting better, so that I can get in the ring with these girls, and that I can live up to, the level that they're at so that I can have a good match with them, and I make sure that it's something special when it does happen.
Priscilla, how long have you been wrestling so far?
I've been wrestling for almost 2.5 years now.
Again, do you recall your first match?
Yeah, my first match was, I had a lot of fun on my first match, actually. My first match was a tag match. It was me and Devin Nicole and Amber O'Neal and Amanda Rodriguez in a tag match. And I didn't get a whole lot, because, obviously it was my first match, but I think it was okay. And then it all went downhill from there. No, kidding. But Amber O'Neal was a great mentor for me early on. And Amanda Rodriguez was, very supportive. And was Devin was always very good to work with. But yeah, first match.
Yeah, actually, you're the first wrestler I actually interviewed, and they always tell me, "Oh my God, the first match, my first ever match was terrible," because it's not what they expected. And it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be clumsy here, kind of forgetting moves," or it's like, "Do I have a line to say?" Or like a promo.
I think because my first match was a tag match, it was a little easier on me, and I was also in the ring with people that knew what they were doing, I think it could have been a lot worse than it was. So, obviously looking back, I would probably cringe at myself, but for what it was, I don't think it was too terrible.
All right, Priscilla, I'm gonna cut this short because I know you have a busy day for tomorrow, or hopefully you have a free Sunday.
No, I've got to fly out in like a few hours and go back to Atlanta, and then it's a 4-hour time difference there, so it's 4 hours later. So
Actually, 3 hours difference.
3 hours?
Yes.
I thought it was 4.
No.
Maybe I'm thinking of higher in California.
Probably. Well,
Does it go up? Does it change?
Well, if it's 11 here, it'll be 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So then I'm wrong.
Yeah. I was like, a 4 hour difference. Wait, hold on.
I thought it was a 4-hour difference, so I'm wrong. It's a 3-hour difference. My bad.
I can't say to a gorgeous person, "Oh, you're wrong." Oh, yeah, you're wrong. You're always right. Come on.
It's only my second time out here, so I'm learning.
So, Priscilla Kelly, for those for the first time actually hearing you or don't know your social media, can you tell them in the podcast how they can follow you, and you have merchandise they can buy?
Yep, I have merch. I'm going to get more shirts soon. I pretty much sold out tonight. All I have is smalls left. But I'm getting more shirts soon, and I'm on Twitter, Priscilla Kelly _, Instagram, the Priscilla Kelly, and Facebook, the Priscilla Kelly as well. I'm big on Twitter and Instagram, not really Facebook so much. So.
Well, Priscilla Kelly, thank you for coming to SoCali's Wrestling, and hopefully I will continue watching your wrestling path, and hopefully a big promotion like WWE, NXT, or OH, or as they call it now, the Global Force Wrestling, or AKA TNA. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.